a big part of the problem is the fact that we're still trying to explain ourselves, because nation states don't explain their needs, nor do they explain their existence. There's one country in the world that still has to answer questions of the validity of its existence. There's one. That's us. And I think hasbara is a big part of that problem, because once you invite the question, once you find yourself on the accused chair trying to say, no, we actually did right, you create a different dynamic where now you owe someone an explanation for your existence, which Israel does not. Israel is the only country in the world that was founded based on international agreement in the UN, as well as its own ability to create itself, direct historical ties that go back 4,000 documented years to the country, and an ability to hold the land. Okay, we have every possible justification in existence. No other country in the world actually has the whole set. We're the only ones, and still.
In other words, Israel is the country in the world that has the best established right to exist of any country.
Yes, and still Israel's right to exist is the only one that is challenged. Jews attract attention regardless of what they do, no matter where they are.
Explain to our non-Jewish viewers what people in the Jewish culture mean by galut in psychological terms.
The people of Israel belong to the land of Israel. When the Jews were exiled from
their own land,
from Judea 2,000 something years ago by the Romans, Jews believe it was a punishment by God. No other entity can separate between the people of Israel and the land of Israel. It was a punishment for our sins. It was not a victory on the Romans' side as much as it was our loss.
I see.
And we spent 2,000 years wondering. Now you have to understand, in normal situations, people who emigrate will have lost most of their hold on their origin by like the fourth generation. Like you will have interesting customs
they
and
end up
name,
blending into
but not
whatever place they're in.
Jews never did that. We were always a separate entity. We also, you have to remember, we lost sovereignty of the land. Jews never actually left. There was always Jewish presence here. It was just subdued by conquerors.
Right, so Jews remained here.
Yes, under conquest. Jews
right,
are the
exactly.
indigenous people. They remained under conquest for 2,000 years.
So many Jews remained here, but they were oppressed by conquerors.
Yes, that is another, it's important to understand, that is another concept of the Gola. It's not just exile from the land, which is bad enough as it is. It's the loss of
sovereignty,
of liberty.